Monty. Found Monty out here kind of roving around. In fact, you and I were on the same team today against the Smart Parks guys, which is fantastic. But Monty, you've got a story to tell, and some of your teammates kind of brought me up to speed a little bit about it. What we're here today is just talking about the love of the sport and really what brings people out to these events. And obviously with the story that you have, I think it's a story folks need to hear.
Got in paintball by accident. I was injured, and I unfortunately received a very unfortunate illness. I'm with secondary progressive multiple sclerosis, and I was just dealing with some very horrible situations. And got out of the hospital one day. My brother came to me. He's go to have a breakfast, and next door was a paintball shop. And I was still in a wheelchair at the time. Doctors telling me, "I'm sorry, you're just not going to walk again."
Really, you were in a wheelchair?
Absolutely. And you know, I was doing everything everybody else would probably do, and trying to get better in the illness, do the right thing the doctor would tell you, but it just wasn't working. And then next door to this little restaurant, my brother says, "You know, you want to go next door and look at paintball equipment or something?" I said, "Yeah, I definitely want to go next door and let's go look at paintball equipment." We go next door, and it just was, I ended up dropping like a good grand into equipment. We went to our local field. I was in a wheelchair. People were like, "Oh my God, you got to be crazy coming out here in a wheelchair."
You went to the paintball field in a wheelchair.
Fully in a wheelchair. My brother helped roll me out. I thought at the first time, I was like, what am I going to do? How am I going to play this sport? And then it just dawns on me, do what the Marine Corps taught you. And I was able to use my wheelchair. I was upper body strength really well. I just got out of my wheelchair and I placed it next to one of the bunkers or a tree or something and act like I was kind of in that area. And then I just crawl with my upper body maybe 30, 40, 50 feet away, and I just wait for these guys just to run by, and I just pop them up, you know. It just became amazing, and people were just going, "Oh, this guy in a wheelchair, oh." And so I got involved with a local team out there at the time. It was called Team Impact, and they said, "Hey, you know, have you ever thought about playing on a paintball team?" And I'm like, "No." "Well, do you want to be on one?" I'm like, "Sure." And they're like, "You're on." You know, so it was cool. My brother helped out. We both got involved in the team, and then we went to this big scenario game that took place in Lebanon, Oregon, or no, actually Molalla, Oregon. And I met Aaron Kirk Crazy 8 out there from the Irregulators. I met a lot of other people. Brian Russell with Special Ops Paintball. A lot of different things were going on. I didn't know really anybody there at all. It was all my really true first experience. And I'm a double trouble operator, what we also call a hammer. So I come out there with this massive gun in a wheelchair, and people are going, "This guy's crazy," but his charisma's off the wall, right? So I'm down here in this little section of the thing and just doing what I knew best, and that was how to defend a CP. Next thing I know, I'm getting kidnapped and thrown in the Razorback, and we end up annihilating the whole side of the enemy for like 3 hours, and had just a blast. And I get out, and that's where the whole began. And the back of my brain just said, "You know what? This is something you're good at. This is something you really enjoy," and it really just changed my life. And from that moment on, I tried to excel at everything I could with the sport. I started working with children. I used to work with a youth program, ages 10 to 18, and it went really well for over a year. And then I got involved in touring across the United States and visiting a lot of different people, getting more involved in the sport. I was talking to a lot of different friends of mine, and they're saying, "You know what? If you're really interested in the sport, get involved in every aspect of the sport. Not just scenario. Get involved in the sport in general, pump, pistols, the tournament, and learn all about it." So I was really adamant about doing all this, and yet I still wasn't able to walk. So I just tell myself, I've got to do this. I've got to make myself change everything that I had to do by what doctors were telling me on how to learn, on being myself, or bring myself to a much more physical condition where I can teach people and learn how to do the sport. Started working out, quit doing all the medicines the doctors were telling me to do, started going to naturopathic medicines and eating right, changing my diet completely, and forcing myself to literally walk, swim, whatever, anything I could do, and continue to go to paintball events. And here I am. I deal with Oklahoma D-Day every year.
So you'll be out there.
I'll be out there this year.
Great.
Yep. The NCOIC Color Guard. I help out with logistics for any of the spectators, and I enjoy it immensely. I love dealing with a lot of different people. I do review writing for Recon magazine. Anything that has to do with like product or player type teams, that kind of thing. So I'm really happy about being able to have the opportunity to do these things for the industry, and I help a little bit with Spec Ops, and they come up with new ideas in their uniforms, and I love to be able to get the ideas with them and then go and help debut their stuff. You know, it makes me feel good, and I love everything that they do for me. So, you know, it's just basically how I can give back to them.
Fantastic.
And literally, it's anybody,
it's
anybody in the industry overall.
Right.
Because that's what it's all about. It really is. And I found that working with these people and finding out the true honor system in this type of sport, it makes you feel really good. It makes young players want to learn more like that, and I really like dealing with the young players, especially walk-ons now. I'm thankful that my military career has allowed me to do these kind of things, and that my friends have actually supported me so much that I'm capable of being here now. And to be able to walk on stage and say, hey, everybody, you know, I'm here. You could have it worse in life. I may look just as healthy as you, but I'm sick 24 hours a day. There's times when I'm pulled off of a paintball field because they know I overdo it. They're just like, oh no, no. You're done, buddy. I'm looking at it as this is a way of living life. I'm enjoying it, and I want anybody that's got any type of problem with their life to just look at something different and try and make something better of it. And so this is how I've done it, and I hope anybody else that's got any kind of illness, problem, physical disability, continue with their lives to be able to do this. So I try and promote that as much as I can.
Well, there's a pretty inspirational story there, Monty. I'm blown away, and I really appreciate the time that you spent kind of telling the paintball public your story. And you know, obviously, we're here trying to show kids and their parents that paintball is a good family sport. It's about the honor code that you talked about, team building, and just getting out of the house and getting out and playing. So thank you very much.
No,
man.
thank you very much.
That.
It's been a pleasure.